the realm of the innermost thoughts and feelings of women who feel crushed by the patriarchy, restricted by their lack of choice, and tortured by feelings of self-loathing. I didn't want to lead the charge in the way people wanted me to, even expected me to. Yes, the Pussyhat made a big public splash and impressed reporters and attracted celebrated actors and thinkers and commentators and people prominent in the public sphere, but it also affected women's rights supporters personally. Thank you for giving me a way to channel my grief, many knitters told me. I didn't know what to do with myself in the days after the election, and the Pussyhat Project was the first thing that was able to lift me out of my depression and give me the feeling I could do something. Knitting a pussy hat, contrary to its frivolous reputation, was an action that was deeply political and also deeply personal. We've all heard the slogan, "The personal is political," first used in the women's movements of the 1960s and 70s. In our current movement, that sentiment is powerfully at play all over the country and the world. My next step used the same blend of personal action for political change. I wanted to help women across the land be less afraid of speaking up. I wanted to help them speak their minds, to live their best lives. My instincts told me I should write a book. This book. I wasn't always a confident, pussy hat-wearing revolutionary. For too long, I was afraid to speak up about what mattered to me and why. I was a writer in Los Angeles who was afraid to use Twitter because I was terrified of sharing myself and my opinions. I was a Hillary supporter who gave her my money and my time, but not my voice. I was too anxious to explain on social media exactly why I supported her campaign. And then she lost the election to Donald Trump, and something inside me snapped. I knew I couldn't let fear keep me from speaking up. I had so much to say, and I was ready to say it. I started writing a blog post and pressing publish every day for 2 weeks, until the Pussyhat Project launched, and that became an extension of everything I'd needed to say since the election. After my experience with the project's great success, I believe that there are 2 things that need to happen next and simultaneously. We need to, 1, reach out to the other side so they can know us and we can know them, and together we can start caring about each other. 2, urge people already on our side to be politically active. I'm focused on the latter, and that's where this book comes in. In order for women to be politically active, they need to be confident in their abilities and confident in their bodies. To do that, we need to remove the patriarchal self-policing messages present in our minds, i.e. squelchers. I don't need a 6'4" white man to loom over me and tell me I'm stupid. I've already got that voice inside of me. How did that happen, and how can I stop it? How can I learn to listen to my own voice and follow it? That is the guiding philosophy behind this book, and in it I will share how I learned to embody this confidence and how you can too. I know that this book isn't going to fit everyone's idea of the right kind of political activism. People have complained that preaching to the choir isn't the most efficient means of making change, but here's the thing. I know that reaching across the aisle is important, but I believe that the more urgent problem, the one I believe I am uniquely suited to address, is rooted in that very choir. Don't preach to the choir, people say. But what if the choir is afraid to sing out? What if choir members are choking at the thought of speaking up? And what if the choir is persecuted, put down, or in fear for their lives? I think preaching to the choir is essential. How else can they sing? If I can help more women find the confidence to speak up and get to know themselves and their opinions, and feel steadfast and stand by those opinions, then I believe I can create more change on a more meaningful plane, one that will have ripple effects we can only imagine. What if millions of women broke free of their fears and started saying what they truly thought, stating what they truly wanted, pursuing ideas that truly inspired them? We would have a revolution. If the success and scope of the Pussyhat Project has taught me anything, it's that we already have one. The idea of this book is to make that revolution even more far-reaching by starting on that deeply personal level. Our personal journeys are important, and exploring yours is essential preparation for living the life you want, essential maintenance for living your best life. Working on yourself is fundamental, and being the best you that you can be is only possible if you've got a solid grip on the